Vol fans, how are we feeling? Because the game's tomorrow, and we already know the significance of this. The winner of this game goes to Pasadena to play Oregon, which is huge for everyone, especially the Vols, because this is our first year ever in the playoff. And what a start that would be to go up to Ohio State, which is now known as Neyland North, because why not? That's how we are as Vols fans. Vols fans are the best fans out there. And it's kind of strange because I feel like the banter has not really been a lot from Ohio's side. Tennessee has we have rolled through Ohio State and is just morally wise with our fans. So we've won that battle. 42% of the resale tickets have gone to Tennessee residents. Only 23 have gone to Ohio residents. There's still tickets available. Like, pack out this stadium. I can't go. I'm in South Tennessee and I got games to play for a tournament. But y'all go. Do this. Why not? Check her out the stadium, take down the goalpost, bring it down to the river, and throw it there. But it's kind of strange. The banter that's really happened has just all come from Tennessee. And we changed the name to Neyland North. And that's now known on Wikipedia, too, as it. We've gone after Ohio for everything. And we hate Ryan Day now, which is quite funny. But, like, in the South, I guess it's just different. Like, the banter goes crazy. Like, if we did this to Florida, tomorrow you would see a pack of gators in Josh Heupel's front yard. Granted, would we shoot them? Yes, because we hate Florida. But that's the point. You go back and forth, extreme to extreme, and if you change the entire stadium's name, do something back. They've done nothing. It's boring. It's just a domination. But we don't feel bad because we got boys like Dylan Sampson who should have been, I would at least second to the Doak Walker Award, but didn't get even a nomination, which is ridiculous within itself. SEC Player of the Year, and is now not a top 5 player in the playoff right now, even though he's SEC Player of the Year, which is supposed to be the best conference. I don't understand. I don't know. But matchup wise, just the vibe right now. Tennessee is at a peak right now, and right now Ohio State is at a very low. We're talking about defensive wise. A lot of people are talking about how this game be very low scoring. I kind of agree. It's going to be first one to 20, in my opinion, is going to win this game. Because when you get to that point, the run games are too good that they can hold on. I think our rush defense is better than theirs, but that does not mean they can't run the ball. They got Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins. And before we're going to go talk about Michigan and Ohio State, how they are, think about how we are against Florida. That's kind of how they are against Michigan right now. Think about that. Florida's at that point in the year should have not even been close. And we went to overtime. I was there at that game and we played horrible against them. Last year we should have beaten them and we lost by 13. We always play worse against them for no reason. Michigan's the same way to Ohio State. Ohio State used to be that way to Michigan. Now it's switched ever since Urban Meyer retired. Directly shows the correlation of Ryan Day. Can't win against the rivals. Big games he struggles, but against outside of Michigan, he's like 47-1 in conference play. So he's pretty good. But he's also beat Clemson when they had Trevor Lawrence in the playoff, and probably shouldn't beat them. Probably should have beat them the year before, outside of questionable officiating and Justin Fields decided to throw a bad interception. Like, he's not the games that he's lost in the playoff. He lost to Alabama in 2020, who was one of the best teams we have ever seen. In 2022, Georgia, which beat us by 14. We scored 13 as the highest scoring offense in the country. They scored 41 on them. Can't really complain about that. And then the following year, they just keep losing to Michigan and so on and so forth. It doesn't really go well for them. But for this game here, I like our odds, but granted, again, I don't think the pressure's going to get to us. People might talk about pressure, the cold weather. I don't really, if anyone's talking about cold weather, they're dumb. It's 34 out here right now in Tennessee, and I'm on the south part of Tennessee. Get up into the mountains, you're probably in the 20s. That's probably going to be in Ohio, and it's going to be at night. You know who's played a lot of night games this year? Tennessee. We played like 8. And a few of them have been on the road. Oklahoma was on the road. Arkansas was on the road. Georgia was on the road. You can't talk like, even in North Carolina was on the road. It was at night. All those were night games. You're telling me this is going to be a tougher environment than going down to Georgia? I call a fib. I call a lie. I don't think it's going to be as hard as going down to Arkansas. I really don't. It's going to be more like Oklahoma. Oklahoma was, it's probably even louder in Oklahoma too, to be honest. This environment does not seem that crazy. Come down to the South and see how it is. We're going up north now. We got a more physical team than they do. I like our chances. I really do. But as Vol fans, how are we feeling? I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I do question Nico Iamaleava's consistency. He had his best game of the year against Vanderbilt. He'd look better against Ohio, against Georgia. But I need this off. I need these two tackles, Lance Hurd and Campbell on the outside, to actually block and pass protection. John Campbell and Lance Hurd need the block and pass protections. No more dumb penalties, too. These false starts and offsides are killing us. They did last year and it's done this year. Stop jumping off sides. You're not the Chiefs. You can't get away with this. There's a difference. That game-changing play against Georgia that no one talks about was when it was 3rd and 6 in the first quarter, and James Pierce jumped off sides, and they got a 40-yard play off of it because it's a free play. They end up getting a touchdown, and the tie just changed. If you don't jump off sides, it goes to the end of the first quarter. They revamp up for 3rd down. Probably a big play doesn't happen. They might have got the first down, but a big play like that doesn't happen, and that got Beck going. It did get Beck going. By the way, Beck's not playing so far. They're expecting him not to play in the college football playoff. So, interested about that. That's a whole other video. But those big plays, like you jump off sides and you get free shots, you don't want to give them a free opportunity. Like, if it goes incomplete, or we gain 5 yards. If it's pass interference, we gain 15. If it's caught, we gain like 40. Like, that's the worst case scenario, is a 5-yard gain. Can't be doing those type of penalties. We got to force them to. They're going to be willing to. We got to push them up front. Dylan Sampson's going to have to go crazy. He can. He's been going crazy. He has over 20 touchdowns on the year, which is a Tennessee record. That's something crazy. I like our chances. Our guys are going to play great. Stay healthy, please. Don't fumble, Dylan. You've been liking to do that recently. I don't really like that, but please, change. Do better this game. Just once. We're not asking for every time. Just this once. We got to represent the SEC the best way imaginable. I like our team's chances. Will Howard has only had one 300-yard game on the year, and that was against Oregon. And they had to do a shootout that game. And I don't even know what happened that game. Oregon's defense was not great at that game. They also allowed Penn State to go crazy, too. So their defense the secondary might not be as great as you might expect. We're still the best team in the country, though. But yes, put on the comments how you feel. I want to know. Hope you have a great day, y'all. Stay safe. Remember, God bless y'all. Go Vols.